The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Not your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny, but funny.
I'm Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. So let's start the show. How are you feeling today?
Feeling good. I've got the toothpick gave me my black back.
Give you your black back.
It gave me my black back.
Why?
The clap took it away.
Because you can't clap. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think there's...
So popped up on my shoulder too. Nah, nigga.
How would a black man clap?
Yeah. Nah, nigga.
How would... So, okay, hold on. Have you ever seen an Asian man clap?
No, I only see them bow.
I seen them clap in unison. Like, I guess like North Korea, when they're marching.
Yeah.
You know, like when they got like the kick game going and stuff, whatever, when they're marching.
Right.
And I just see, but their clap is just like.
Check this shit out. So, I don't know if it's an innate human trait, right?
Okay.
But whenever a group of people are doing something, at some point, it reaches like unison. So let's say now we're at a soccer stadium,
mm-hmm.
right? And our team scores, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we all start clapping. At once, it just sounds like a mess of claps, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, we all become in unison, and it all just sounds like one loud, like very loud clap.
Oh, so you're saying like if you see a movie or something, somebody else is clapping, and that last person is starting to clapping, and then eventually
everybody starts
like,
clapping in sync. That's insane.
That's insanity. I see that though thousands of times because kind of like if I'm the last person to kind of clap, you like, what we clapping for, right? And I just jump into the claps. Eventually, I know my shit is gonna catch into the wave.
Yeah.
Never thought of it like that. That's what's up. You and your hands, and you and your Ray Charles Kung Fu grip hands.
Come here, girl.
You're gonna catch a charge.
Come here, girl.
Ray, how long ago was that movie, Ray? What's it? Like I want to say it was early 2000s or mid 2000s. Mid 2000s.
About mid 2000s.
Okay. So let me say this. Ray Charles, aka I guess Jamie Foxx's character in the movie and everything, he would touch a woman's wrist.
Right.
In the flick. Because he was blind.
That's
he was blind.
Right.
So he would touch a woman's wrist to see if she's ugly or not, whatever. So I guess like
which is a weird litmus test.
Is it though?
Come on.
For a litmus
There's
test,
some slim ugly chicks, bro. There's some slim ugly chicks.
He probably just knew what he could handle.
He just
probably knew what he could handle.
Okay.
Know your limit and play within it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So with the whole wrist groping up thing,
mm-hmm.
that can only happen back then.
Yeah, it could only happen back then.
That shit today is catching you a charge.
Even if she's old school, you think it's still gonna catch you a charge? If she's old school?
So let's say for example, you have we'll get the dude 28 years old.
Right, okay.
And we'll make the woman 43. 43.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
He sees her sitting down, let's say at a function.
Yeah.
Right? And he walks up to her and he just Ray Charles wrist grip her ass. He's like, he's like, hey.
How you doing? How you doing?
He's like, get the fuck off me. You gonna get a charge. You gonna catch a charge. An older woman, so you think, all right, she might not press charges, but she might snatch back hands.
She might, boy, get your hands off me.
A younger woman, I want to say like in her 30s to like her 20s.
Yeah.
20s, depending on the location, I want to say region of where this is taking place. Yeah. You might get like, excuse me.
You're gonna get it. You can't touch me.
No, you're gonna get that regardless. But I think you're gonna get like one of those, excuse me, this guy's a pervert. And like you might get pointed out by security or maybe like some kind of authority and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
I think if you're in a demographic where it's not that, I want to say, let's say patrolled like that, you might get a snatchback. Who the fuck you think you're touching?
Right.
You can get one of those like jerk reactions, right? And then you're gonna get the ones be like, he cute.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. to leave her wrist up.
Leave it hanging there for you. Shit. Remember back in the day when women used to hold out their hand for men to grab their hand and kiss it.
Yeah, that was back.
That was back. That's back.
Because I want to say, like, I don't recall nothing like that in the 80s. That was more than the 80s.
No.
And I don't recall that in the 80s.
No, that was frilly dress and broad brim hat and the
zoot suits.
The zoot suits, yeah, it was back then.
Zoot suits. See, you're going to get your charge. Those things won't last and stuff in today's climate. Because I feel like, who was I talking to the other day? I remember somebody said distinctively, they were walking past and they had their hand like this, but I guess the woman kind of just walked past, right? So I think whatever they were doing,
right,
the woman walked, I guess, more in his hand.
Yeah.
So she was in the one in notion, right?
Right.
But I guess because he had his hand out, whatever, she's like, "You just trying to grope me?" And he's like, "No, you walked into me. You saw me standing here and you walked into me."
That happened at I don't know if it was college or high school basketball game.
Oh.
Where the cheerleader was standing on the sideline and the player went to go throw the ball in. Mm-hmm. But how the player was standing, he was a little bit behind the cheerleader. So I think when he brought up his hand, it must have brushed against her.
Where?
I'm thinking like her leg and hip side.
Okay.
And like she had this like look on her face, like nigga, what you doing? Isn't that right? And it was like, and then I think she was making us think about it. Mm-hmm. But then when they reviewed it and see what actually happened, they ended up kicking her out.
Oh, they kicked her out?
Yeah, they ended up kicking her out.
Oh, because she was making some noise.
Yeah, because she just made it look like, and dude, he was just, you can, after just watching, you can tell, okay, it was never anything intentional. It was just purely accidental.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Would you think the women of today allow the Ray Charles grip to happen?
I think you got to be somewhat attractive, and she's got to be somewhat into you
before she pulls back.
See, this is the problem. I think women are going to use this. No, not going to use this. Women out there, not all of you. Let me be very clear. Some of you are using this to your advantage.
Elaborate for my black ass.
If he's not good looking, you're snatching your hand back. Oh, what are you doing?
Right.
You can't touch me. Safe distance. If he's good looking and you kind of want to, get to know this person, are you really snatching your hand back that fast and telling him, oh, you're too close. You're getting too close. You're trying to might want him to be close.
Okay, so what would you recommend for the men then? Would you recommend the men to just shoot the shot, catch a possible charge? Or do you have another suggestion?
And just to keep hands away. Men, keep hands away.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Keep your hands away.
And that's what I'm saying.
I think you let her, if there's any contact, let her initiate the contact.
So she just come in and just grab straight on sausage.
Yeah, she come in and grab straight on sausage. Then you can decide, hey, that's not appropriate.
She might be saying, grab him by the dick. Like, yo, Trump had the pussy.
I grab him by the dick.
She grab him by the dick.
Imagine chilling with the girls. Yeah, he was looking good, so I just grab him by the dick.
I mean, they might kind of get an idea, be like, yo, is it soft? Is it small? To see, have an idea what you're working with. You catch it off guard. Because if it's rock, then she'd be like, oh shit, him just looking at me.
Maybe, yeah.
Got him going.
Oh shit. Can she take that and charge you with it?
No, that's hashtag men too.
Whoa. Like, I'm offended because he's got turned on by me. He's rock hard right now. His thoughts invaded my space to have him that way.
Well, I thought you were going to say inveigle.
Inveigle?
That word fucking kills me.
Inveigled into an entanglement?
That's a lot of too.
That's a lot of.
That's a lot of too much.
That's a lot of taken.
Yo, I don't know. I feel like the men today, they don't need to put their hands. I think It's just a level of, I guess, confidence.
Level of confidence.
A level of confidence, and make sure your words are heard.
Let's say she's walking and she's already past you. Is it okay to tap her on her shoulder to get her attention?
And she already got past?
Yeah.
Call her out.
Just try to call her
Just
first?
call her out.
No.
Just call her out.
But I mean, because, hey, not knowing her name, hey, you could be calling anybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm saying. Like, is it okay to just
Excuse
say,
me, miss.
excuse me, miss? What if there's like 3 misses in front of you? All 3 of them turn? The first one that turned, that's who
You point at what you want.
Excuse me, miss.
You point at what you want. I remember one day and stuff, I went to, what was this? 1920 or something. Around I was younger.
Right.
And I remember I went to the mall, and it was the woman I went to go talk to at the time, the girl I went to go talk to at the time, she had 2 friends with her. But we made eye contact on her passing. So my thing is stuff is that we make eye contact for longer than 3 seconds.
Yeah.
That's my end.
That's your end.
That's my end, because maybe I'm used to black women and stuff looking like this, be like, anyways. And they do the head turn, they stare in your soul, the head turn, she ain't do no head turn.
Right.
So I was like, oh shit, well fuck it. So I'm like, excuse me, miss. All 3 of them turn around. So I'm like, you to the right.
Right.
How are you doing? The other two like, oh shit, okay.
Right.
And then let it run.
Right. Men, do not touch. Stay away. Refrain.
Yeah, but look, remember
Refrain.
back in the day when dudes used to chase chicks. Driving and stuff like that. Yeah, you a creep now, dog. You're catching the charge. That's
no, you can't
possible abduction.
You can't chase anybody. No.
Yeah, you can't chase. Let it go. Just say your words and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I think, no, if you're over 6 foot. If you're over 6 foot,
there's still leeway for you.
I'm gonna say there's no creep factor to it and stuff for her, because you're like, oh my gosh.
Shit, I think I remember a commercial with this one dude. Like he ran he ran down this woman to tap her on the shoulder. I don't know if he gave her something like flowers or something like that.
He probably worked for Chick-fil-A.
He said something and she's like, she's all smitten. Nah, there's no smitten reaction nowadays for that.
I mean,
you're a creep.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I wouldn't know. But I just feel that
We'd have to pull that. If a man chases you down, is that romantic or is that creepy?
chase you down.
Yeah.
If a man chases a woman down, is that romantic or creepy?
Chases you down, and when he gets up to you, he conversates. Is that romantic or is that creepy?
If he converses, is it romantic or creepy? I don't know. You got to ask a woman.
No, as I'm saying, maybe we should poll women and ask them that. How, what would their response be to that?
Because I feel like men would probably pollute that poll. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like it's like for women, the female gender only, right? I feel like men would jump in and be like, nah, I ain't fucking creepy. It ain't creepy.
I mean, they have a right to opinionate.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like this is a woman. This is the thing you got to ask a woman,
right?
Right, and then the guy would be like, nah. I feel like, to be honest,
yeah,
I haven't really chased down a chick before, so
nah.
I don't know. I don't really call it arrogance. Here's my thing.
Right.
If we're like in a space the size of the studio, then I'll take it.
All right.
Right?
All right.
But I think if once it gets bigger than the distance and stuff in here, it's gone. It's gone. You'll chase it down?
That beard, man. That beard. That's not talking like a hunter-gatherer. Hunter-gatherer sees something he wants a mile away, he's chasing it.
Really? Shit, I must be full of myself. Yo, I don't know. I ain't with that. Because I feel like if it was meant for you, was like, I'm not saying it has to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to get something, but the maintenance of it,
right?
That's the hard piece.
It's hard,
right? So I don't really feel that two ships in them, like I want to say a man and a woman or whoever, they see each other. It's gonna be a hard ass interaction first in the beginning, and everything else is like seamlessly. It could be polar opposites. It could be like that, right?
Right.
But for my case, that I've seen stuff with that course of my life. If I gotta go way out the way to go talk to a woman, like, yo, no, it's a wrap. I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry. I'm looking at she's not for me, or I gotta do the most, and then much as what I gotta do to keep her.
Huh?
Let's get to these polls, man.
Let's hit the polls.
First poll of the week said, is it worth is it worth it to have kids? And 85% of people say yes. Are you still on the yes side?
Still on the yes side.
Still on the yes side?
Still on the yes
Good
side.
for you. Good for you. I'm on the no.
You still on the no?
Proteges. You can get proteges.
You can get proteges.
You can get proteges. And the proteges, you can get them come in and stuff when they're already pre-potty trained. You know, the post-potty trained and all that type of stuff. So you ain't got to start from scratch. The next poll was your perfect partner. Now you have to pick one. Your perfect partner on every level.
Mhm.
Or 10 million US dollars.
Yeah, I went for the 10 million US dollars.
Why did you go for the 10 million US dollars? They won by 67%, by the way.
10 mil?
67%.
Yeah, I think I can pay you to behave. I can pay you to behave.
Not your Joseph Tate is speaking. Fucking guy. You're cut off.
I can pay you to behave.
No more top G shit for you. No more Andrew Tate for you.
Now stop watching it.
We're gonna need you to stop that.
Yeah.
Yo, I can pay you to behave.
Okay, I can find somebody who wants to be paid to behave. Yeah, but did I clean it up a little
You
bit?
did. Because
Clean it up a
before
little
in my head it seemed like a chic or something with like a stack of cash, and it'd be like servant woman. Behave yourself. Behave yourself.
Act right.
That's what I was
The
thinking.
act right payment.
And imagine like you're there with an attitude, you see like $100, like $200 slap you in your face. And you're like, see the cash dropping on you, you're like,
Marv, let me tell you something.
fire away.
How much was it? 10 point. How much? Was it?
10 million.
10 million. If I found a woman and she had 10 million, I'd behave any way she wants me to do.
Really?
Yes. I just say, yo, just slide me 2 mil, 3 mil.
So hold on. So the woman had 10 mil. And you behave anyway.
I'm behaving, man.
So she want to peg you. She want to peg you. She want to peg you.
You see the skit with Dave Chappelle when he got Oprah pregnant?
Yeah.
He got on the robe and everything. That's how I would be living, bro. That's how I'd be living.
She wants to peg you.
You would never know. You would never know, Marv. I'm not saying shit. I'm living happy as a pig in a blanket.
Or a peg in a blanket.
Or a peg in a blanket. Shit.
You're not lying, though. You're not lying. You're not lying.
I'm Mr. Act Right.
He's a Mr. Ass Not Right no more. Fuck all that. Well, I mean, kudos to you. Kudos to you. I could be subservient and obedient and stuff, whatever, to a degree.
To agree?
I'm with Meatloaf, man. I would do anything but love, but I won't do that.
But you won't do that?
Yeah, there's some things be like, all right.
Don't worry, Marv. I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not even gonna ask you what's happening behind closed doors. As long as you come out the door outside smiling and you're good, and you can spend some of that cash on me, your boy. I don't care what you gotta do.
Me, get pegged by yourself. Get your own.
I don't care what you gotta do.
I'm good. Yo, could you? Okay, let me ask you this. She has 10 mil.
Mm-hmm.
She has a winning personality.
Right.
You can do the Ray Charles grip on her.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah,
and
she likes that. She likes that. She's old fashioned.
And that's gonna speak about some young women and stuff, whatever. They're gonna say it's toxic times back then. It's completely cleaned up times now. She has these things going for her.
Right.
Could your partner be your everything? She has the bread, she has the look, she has the personality, she has the mannerisms. Let's look into this like this every level shit.
Yeah.
What's on your levels and stuff for a woman to have? That'd be like, yo, you like, this is mine. Not even like your wife, but just saying like, even if the qualities was possessed by another woman, you'd be like, it's a wife.
So what are the type of qualities that she would need to have?
Well, yeah, to say like she's perfect for you on every level. the perfect partner?
Yeah, I would say a lot of stuff that you just mentioned off, like intelligence,
Okay.
a sense of humor, patience, so not, I wouldn't say not argumentative, but challenging.
So what's the difference to you?
Willing to push me, or willing to get me to think outside the box,
Mm-hmm.
but not in a forceful or pushy way.
Okay, got you.
Right? Like if you see I'm not willing to go there, then you're not gonna force it. But if you see that we're having a conversation, and you have some insight that you feel like I might need, you're not willing to share that insight or make that insight known.
I always look at it stuff when it comes to that. It actually is give or take.
Yeah.
Like it's scientifically proven, it's actually give or take within a relationship.
Yeah.
Where there's some things that, let's say, you might be headstrong for, and she has to agree with, and vice versa and stuff, in order for like to maintain a healthy and successful kind of relationship, right?
Right.
It's just that certain things I feel where a woman, like maybe because I'm used to dominant women.
Mm-hmm.
I like dominant women.
Yeah.
So dominant and strong women, strong-willed women, where they have this point where they're saying like, this is my rule and that's it. I don't give a fuck, etc.
Right.
Period. Period. And when you're hearing all of that, you're like, well, fuck that. I'm not going for that. So you SOL.
Right.
Right? And this is where I feel like the stalemate goes to, should find like a middle ground for whatever subject or situation and stuff it is.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times it's more the women's way or the highway, because it's kind of like, what is it? I have the vagina, I make the rules?
Something like that.
A good portion of the time. So it's kind of like, all right, well, fuck it. Because the guy would be like, well, all right, well, she might starve you for sex. And then she might be like, well, I'm not doing list of demands and stuff in the house. You're like,
yeah.
I gotta go and do that now.
But I think to please us is easy. We don't need that much to please us. Right?
That's very true.
So as long as you're checking off some of those boxes that pleases us, I think like the rest of the extra stuff, we're okay. We're willing to accept and put up with to a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just let it ride. We'll let it rock.
Who's easy to make happy in a relationship, the man or the woman?
I think the man is easier.
The man.
Yeah.
The man.
Yeah, for sure.
Because then the women will blame and say, it definitely is you guys, because you guys are stupid.
We're clueless.
Fair.
When I didn't see no men in that movie, Clueless, but we're clueless.
I think your partner could, not saying that your partner could be your everything. I just feel that you guys both come from different walks of the world.
Yeah.
So your starting point is not the same. Yes, you guys are coming together now, merging your worlds together.
Right.
But I feel like, I don't know, there should be some dependency on your own.
Well, I was about to ask, here's a question. Do you want your partner to be your everything?
I wouldn't mind.
You wouldn't mind?
I wouldn't mind, but I think for me, I don't want everything.
Okay.
Let me say this before you start. For me, even like what topics and certain things that I talk about, like that we talk about on the show.
Right.
I can come to you all the time with the topics, and then we can go over it, and then we can, talk about it and stuff on the show.
Right.
But I feel like that would be so rigid. My way of learning would be so rigid to one way that's only like, you're in my echo chamber, or I become part of your echo chamber.
Right.
When then other people can, I'm not saying like my partner won't be that person, but I might value something you might say over her.
Right.
Right? In the same situation, like whatever situation that might pose itself, or someone else over her and everything like that. Right? And so I'll look at where I'm not choosing to make this person my everything.
Right.
But I got to feel like you got my back.
Okay, yeah.
And once I feel like you got my back, we're good. Because I feel like I'm going to always have my own back, but I might not be guarded all the time.
Right.
So if I'm not guarded, can I trust you and stuff? And I let my guard down, be around you in that kind of degree.
Because I was going to say, you can go out, obviously you can go out drinking with your girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
But would you want your girl to be your drinking buddy? Or would you want to reserve that for like your boy who, you know, when you go out drinking, it's just, that's it. Like you are drinking mates. You guys have the best amount of time, period, when you go out drinking.
You want to go for drinks with your girl like that? I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
I would go out and have drinks with my girl, right?
Yeah.
But it's different going out and having, let's say, like me going out and having a drink with you. It's different than going out
because we're on different shit. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when they say, "Oh, my partner, my spouse is my best friend," and be like, "Shut the fuck up!" Like, I'm not for that.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I look is where if you and I go out, right?
Yeah.
If you and I go out, I'm not saying I can't do it with my woman, but I feel like I have to act accordingly for her, for level of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am who I am with or without her.
Right.
Right? I feel like if I'm with you and we see some Coke bottle frame goddess walk in and be like, damn, look at that.
Right.
Like, green dress.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for my girl and stuff like that, to give her the utmost respect, I'm not going to be like, damn, look at that. I'm going to be like, in my head, I don't remember the damn body, the skin tone, all that shit, but I'm not about to do that to my woman.
Your woman be like, "Oh, she looks nice." You look up for me at dinner.
Really?
Yeah, she pretty.
I didn't notice her. Yeah, just go right back in.
Yeah, boy, oh, she looks pretty. Red dress with a short red haircut with a blue back.
There's some women out there talking shit, talking about, "Oh, I don't care, my man, if he looks at whoever the hell." No, you do fucking care. Because it's so crazy where I remember I heard tons of women that I know say, "I don't care what my man looks like, blah, 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 blah. He's with me," you know, all that.
Yeah.
Same other women. I know like 4 in particular.
Right.
Are upset that their husband doesn't, like, I guess, like when they found their husband watching porn.
Yeah.
They blow a lid. They be like,
the gasket's gone.
Like, why are you watching porn and stuff for that? I thought you said you don't give a shit what he look at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's still with you.
Yeah.
So then.
Yeah.
There's
that.
I mean, like I said, like, do I want it? No, I want to feel like you got my back.
Yeah.
You have my back and when I'm off.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, she there's one of those boxes that she checks off, right? That having your back check. And there's certain things that we're simple. You check these boxes. Everything else that you're coming with, we're either gonna accept it, or we're just gonna find a way to push it to the side, or just probably, you know, at the end of the day, you know, your common wife status goes to the side.
Is that what we're doing?
Your common wife status is out the door. Unless you've managed to get the real wife status, then you're safe. Safe.
Are we going to sun signs? You want to go into sun signs?
Sun signs.
Ladies and gentlemen, and others, because there's too many of you guys to name.
And others.
This asshole over here, it's all on him, it's on that side of the room, not this side. No, here's the thing. Okay. Let's talk about the forever girlfriend first.
Forever girlfriend. Okay.
Right?
Yep.
The forever girlfriend, do you think she wants to be married? Because I'm a firm believer you got to teach people how to treat you.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And if I was a woman, I would let a dude know, like, hey, buddy, you fucking this for 3 years? We're going to get married.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have 2 years to decide. Now, with common law, so prevalent and stuff now, word life, you don't need a ring to be my wife. Shout out to Method Man. Fire line.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree with it. Right? Now, if there was something initiated by the law, the saying that if you're a common law, if you were living common law for minimum is at least 2 years.
2 years minimum.
In Ontario.
Right.
You can make them a wife.
Yeah,
I would be a fan of that.
I'm like common wife, man. This is like
I would be a fan of that. No, you know what? I give it 3 years.
You give it 3 years?
I say 3. 2 years
for
of
the common law.
2 years for the common law piece.
Right.
And 1 year to be like, oh, are you really sure? Because it's kind of like, it gives a woman a chance to kind of opt out. So you got boyfriend, girlfriend, right?
Right.
Let's say they've been together for 4 years, right? Total.
Yeah.
First year, they're living separate, right? The second year in their relationship, they're like, you know what? They're going to cohabitate. They do 2 years and stuff, right? So now the 3 year mark.
Right.
When they get to the 4 year mark, we ain't got no domestic violence issues. Like, you know, if there's a call, a dispute call, we check the facts. Nothing like that.
This could work.
The government should just issue you and be like, hey, we're going to start taxing you guys, like, since you guys are a couple.
Right.
So we might as well make you a
From this point
honorary,
on.
from this point on,
Yeah.
honorary
Yeah.
married couple. Now you have the OG women that got, you know, that had the men that go down on the knee or the spouse that proposed to them. Right. And then you have the common law wives. There's going to be a war between the two factions. And the reason I say it's going to be a war between the two factions and stuff because it's kind of like, we're all wives. And then the elite one's like, no, heifer, you is not.
You ain't got a ring.
You is not. The government made you a wife because you ain't got no real man to propose to you.
You are a government exception.
You're fucked.
Wow.
That one hurt me. That one hurt me.
I felt that one.
You are a government exception.
Because you know, some wife is going to use that. You are a government exception. Those are fighting words.
It's war.
Those are fighting words.
It's war. Right. But then you can weed out, and I feel like it works for women. I feel like it works. Like, okay, what's the benefits to you? You're married.
Right.
What's the benefits to you being married?
Well, I don't have to like sign a whole bunch of paperwork.
You're not proving a compelling case here, man. Speak up.
For finances.
Finance.
There's no dance or this, that, and the third that I have to go through if I pass and then my better half needs to take over. Right. So there's that, the cohesiveness. There's we have kids, the kids involved. There's no, oh, you got to go here, you got to go here. You're going to go here. Right. You're just going to go with the other parents. So there's built-in stuff there.
What would the love?
I don't know.
Love interest? Did we call love interest?
The love interest.
The love interest. Because they're not wife. Now, I feel like when it comes to common law,
right,
there shouldn't be no spousal support. So if we've been common law, let's say if you've been common law with somebody for like, let's say 5 years and like, yo, this shit's not working out.
Yeah.
There should be no spousal support. With marriage, you got to probably pay spousal support. And
with marriage, you got to pay spousal support.
Alimony.
And
yeah.
But I mean, if you're common wife, right? And you were there when he was nothing and you helped him to get something, you might want to become a real wife because there's no protection provided to you in that situation. If you're saying the common husband could just up and leave once he gets his status up.
So, what's the benefits for a common husband? Because if you now became a common law wife,
right?
What's the benefits for the husband? The only benefit I see is if the government mandates it and stuff like after the 2 years the 3 year mark.
Yeah.
Then you save so much money on a marriage, on a wedding.
He saved money on the marriage, right? He saved money on the divorce.
Wedding.
You save money on the divorce if you choose to separate.
Who's spending the money for the divorce now?
The married people spending the money for the divorce.
So then when, let's say the common law wife and a common husband, when they if they want to part ways,
it's just a break.
A clean break.
And that's what I'm saying. The common wife, well, and she invested a lot of time, blood, sweat, and tears. Her best bet is to get that ring because she gonna end up with nothing.
Shit, could you imagine? You got a 3 year countdown and stuff, whatever. We're living with a dude. You better pray he make it to the point, and he want to choose you. I feel if it go past that 3 year mark and he gets big, you gravy because you automatically became wife. But you got to make. No, because if they break up, it's
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're just fucked.
That's what I'm saying. If your main goal, even though you're a common wife, your main goal should still be wife for that sort of protection.
So that means then common wife is still lower than elite.
Yeah, yeah.
So you still need still elite G wife and stuff is still there.
She's still there. She's still there. She can take you for half, right?
Could there be like a bridging program between like the common wife to kind of get you there? Like,
get the common wife.
Is there like a seminar you go to?
It's like no. You got after you reach the stage of common wife
for like what 5 years or something.
Another 2 years on top of that, you're allowed rights gets added onto your common wife status. How about that?
I like that.
How about that?
I like that.
Right?
I like that.
Right. We can work with that one. We can work with that one.
Because both sides can see peace and stuff for there. Because it's kind of like, I want to say the elite will look like, okay, you're a common wife. So work your way up to like real wife.
Yeah.
You know
You got this.
You can do this. You can do this. Happy International Women's Month, baby. We still in March.
You can do this.
And they say the prodigal sons don't care for women.
Why is she even gonna get you a ring when you get, you know what I mean? With you?
Or a Rolly.
Or
the Rolly. She might be like, why are we wasting time for?
Why are we wasting time?
We need to stop this. We need to behave ourselves.
Mm.
We're not getting younger. Meet me at the altar.
What's your wrist size? What's your wrist size?
Even if it's a loose ass Rolly, you still gonna rock it. Baby, we can get some links out. That's it. We can size this. Common wife.
All right.
Okay. I guess we finally brought it up. Yo, I was listening to Uzi.
Right.
They're both small rappers.
Yeah.
But Uzi, with his, the I Just Wanna Rock and all that type of stuff, right? His new take on genre of music, right? It brought it back to Fun Time with MC Hammer, to me, in my head.
Okay.
Because it's kind of, you don't really expect this from hip-hop, and then you get this kind of bouncy kind of stuff. Now, you still get it from Drake. But I want to say dance-wise,
right?
When, like, let's say you get rappers who are rap, and they might have backup dancers, or other people might be doing sturdies.
Right.
Or a little dance gesture and everything. How often do you see a rapper out here, like, song and dance?
Nah, it's not often.
So
not
Uzi
often
struck back in my head with MC Hammer.
Okay.
MC Hammer. Pop rap. Forefather pop rap. Not founding.
Not founding.
Run DMC and LL Cool J.
Okay, they
would be
right, because I think they would have been the first to cross that line.
Right, because they're exactly
right.
That's the reason why.
Right.
But
okay,
one of the forefathers would be MC Hammer.
Oh,
MC Hammer won Grammys for that Can't Touch This.
For sure.
Right?
You know, white people with typewriter.
So people in general would just type. And I even feel like Hammer still being Hammer who he is. He's big in other countries. I know he's like Godzilla in Japan.
Yeah, I thought was it you that was telling me that he was doing some commercial for like some like
colognes. He has like an enterprise, if not mistaken, out there.
Yeah,
in Middle East. Sorry, Middle East and Far East.
Okay,
they dig him, and much as who's to say that his music's still not spinning like that. Right.
Well, we know Hammer Time is spinning somewhere. It's that's never gonna stop spinning.
I think it's great when you see Spotify side,
right,
where they show the monthly listeners. Because on the monthly listeners, I can show you and it'll tell you exactly. You're like, damn, people really fuck with such like that.
Right.
MC Hammer, monthly listeners, almost 3 million.
Oh shit!
When's the last time Hammer came out with a song? Monthly.
This
is last month's numbers.
That's wow.
Yeah, you're scratching your head. You're looking like
because I'm wondering where does he rank? Where does that rank you like within popular artists today? So from your era to artists right now.
So okay, we'll go to
because I wasn't expecting that much.
So say Lil Uzi Vert. Lil Uzi Vert,
yeah,
popular right now. It's almost at 40 million a month.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, right.
So he's still doing well.
Yeah.
Compared to, like, I want to say, the average indie artist, if they don't have like a hit that's kind of like radio airwave type or catchy melody, I don't feel like they like that number that Hammer does will be good for them.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I believe that the woman that I will be one of the greatest, that song.
Yeah.
It went from, I think, her as an artist went from less than 1,000 plays in a month to with that one song catapulted her or them pronouns that unico
they them there
them to I think like 40 at the time when I seen it. Look. Unico. Yeah, but I don't know, man. These numbers and stuff, like you got to check out some of these artists because when I see some of their numbers, it's like, okay.
Right.
You see? So when you're checking the facts, but nevertheless, they can't.
No, but still, for what he's done and to not have any new music, that's still good.
MC Hammer is the forefather to most of your rappers of today. And I stand by those words. If you have a pop crossover hit as a rapper, congratulations, you thank MC Hammer. From the Drakes to the Jay-Z's to the Lil Waynes, and I'm saying it with an exclamation mark at the end.
Because I can say this. While Run DMC and LL Cool J would have been the forefathers, Hammer, I think, made business sense for you to actually cross over and be a crossover artist. I think, like the Run DMC and LL Cool J, it was like half chance. They did something and then it just so happened to cross over. Where Hammer was like, "Yo,
we gonna dance.
I'm gonna use this Rick James sample that everybody knows." And just blow the shit out the water.
Pop rap artists: Drake, Lil Wayne, Pitbull, Eminem, Nelly, Kanye, Black Eyed Peas, Nicki Minaj, Snoop Dogg, Future, Big Sean, 50 Cent, MC Hammer, will.i.am, LL Cool J, Lil Uzi Vert, T-Pain, Post Malone, Sean Combs, Missy Elliott, Wiz Khalifa, Jay-Z, J. Cole, and Chance the Rapper, and many, many more to list. These are your pop rappers.
Those are your pop rappers.
Hammer and Jay-Z on the same list.
Hammer and Jay-Z on the same list.
No further question. Defense rests his case.
Is Hammer is he on a hip hop list? Just the regular hip hop list and not pop rap?
What, hip hop artists?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Or I guess genre.
He'll still be in hip hop.
He'll still be in hip hop.
He'll still be in hip hop. Let me see. Hip hop artists. I'm not seeing Hammer Time come up yet.
Well, because I'm gonna say, because if you speak to a hip hop head, the hip hop heads will look at hip hop and rap as two different genres.
So Snoop is on both lists.
Snoop would make both lists.
Nicki Minaj will make both lists.
Right.
50 Cent. Kendrick Lamar didn't make the other list. As pop. But Kanye did. Drake did. Jay-Z did. God did. What God did. I just feel like, regardless of the fact, we should stop shitting on MC Hammer like that. Hammer doesn't get his roses.
He doesn't get his respect.
He don't get his respect. And everybody like, no. Does MC Hammer get the respect that he deserves and everything? No. What is it? I lost 30 mil, so I spent another 30 because unlike Hammer, 30 million can't hurt me. Jay said this to the forefather. See how the son is disrespectful to the father?
That's a disrespectful line. That's a disrespectful line.
I'm not gonna say anymore on that one. We'll just leave that be. Leave that as is. Let me ask you, why is it easier to see the potential in someone else, but is it harder to see it potential in ourselves?
I think some of us haven't quite figured out what it is that we're meant to really do for ourselves in lives. So I think it from that standpoint, if you don't know what it is you're supposed to be potentially doing, it's hard to see the potential. Whereas you might see somebody.
But how do you know that's what they're doing?
I was gonna say you might see somebody and you might see them good at something specific, and it may not even be something that they want to do, but you just see them doing it so well that you feel like, yo, you continue down on this path, you definitely could do something with the talent that you got, or with the expertise that you got, or the knowledge that you got. I can see you here, as opposed to where you are right now. If you keep going down that path, I think if you kind of have an idea of what you want to do in life, you'll see. You may not see its full potential, but you'll kind of have an idea that if you work at it and push yourself a bit, you can probably get to a certain point. Maybe not the heights where others might see, but you have an idea that you're kind of there.
What if I don't want to be pushed? What if you just need to push yourself? Like, you telling me to go be great, but I ain't seen you do shit.
What? I mean, if I'm telling you to go be great, you haven't seen me do shit. Why is it that you're not seeing me do shit, not preventing you from going to be great? Like, if right now you draw something, right?
Okay.
And I say, yo, I'm gonna show you what you did, what you just drew, right? And I'm gonna go on YouTube and I'm gonna show you maybe 4 or 5 top art who I consider artists, right? And compare your stuff to that and show you that you're just as good as the top 5 people who I deem good. And it's not just me deeming good. Here's the stats. This, that, and the third, right? If I see that potential in you and I'm showing you why I'm seeing that potential in you, why would you care that I haven't made my potential to be great? If I'm showing you,
because if
it's something that you can do.
Because you're looking at my potential and stuff, and I'm telling you, this is just my hobby. I just want to keep it as my hobby. But you're like, no, with this talent, you can even exceed these top 5. But I'm like, who are you? Like this is just me.
And then that's true. Like, at the end of the day, you're gonna do what you want to do, and if you don't want to take it anything past there, that's totally up to you. I'm just telling you that you can take it past there if you choose to. If you choose to do so, right?
But then, and then that's what I'm saying. Now, pertaining to yourself, now again, I'm looking like, yeah, okay, you can see this in me. I can see you be the greatest, I guess, like, producer on the planet. Right. But you don't put the time in it.
Right.
So now I'm like, you can see all the potential in me, but you can't see the potential in yourself.
Well, then maybe it's because I don't put the time in it. If it's something that I've never considered before, I'm just doing that as a hobby. I may not even think of it like that way, right? But then you come into me, and I get it. It's what you do with the advice, what you take with the advice, and what you run with it, right? I may have not have seen it that way, but you come into me, and I'm like, you really think I'm that good? You say, yeah. I mean, if you just put a little more time and effort in it, then I might be more inclined to say, okay, yo, shit, I never looked at it that way.
But why do
I feel, like, just like I said, I feel that I'm here. Like, I know that I do it, and I feel that I'm here, right? And I'm satisfied with here. But Marv says, if I really take it serious, I could be here, right? And again, I mean, I think we talked about this, not in a similar sense, but a lot of times it's easier from the person on the outside seeing something than you being on the inside and actually seeing it for yourself.
Right. So now, but that's the thing. You're the person on the outside.
Right.
You can see the potential in someone else. Why can't you see potential in yourself?
Again, I mean, what is the potential that I'm not seeing? Is it that I haven't discovered what it is that I'm good at yet? Or
because I feel like you're wasting energy and time to point out the potential in other people and stuff. Like, and you're stagnant in your growth, in your personal growth. Not saying like occupational career and everything like that. I'm talking about you see greatness in this person if they do X, Y, and Z. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individuals, except yourself. I feel like you're wasting, the person is just wasting a lot of time and energy to try to trying to fulfill or create a spark in somebody else when they haven't found or created their own spark?
I don't consider it a waste of time or energy, because maybe you seeing somebody else succeed at knowing what you felt that they can do. Maybe that might be the spark that you need. Maybe that in turn might turn around and spark you, right? It's like for you to see somebody who has potential to do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just need a kick in the pants. And you're not gonna give them a kick in the pants because you felt like you haven't done anything or you haven't given yourself the kick in the pants. Nah. Give that person a kick in the pants.
So what are you doing for yourself? What are you giving yourself a kick in the pants?
After you give that person a kick in the pants, if you need to give yourself a kick in the pants, give yourself a kick in the pants.
But that's what I'm saying. People, when the thing drops down on the airplane, you got to help put on your mask before you put on someone else's. But
right.
In situations like that, people are quick to put on everybody else's mask or help them instead of helping themselves.
Right.
Help yourself first.
Right.
Because I look at it as like, that's, to me, it's part of leading as an example. Because my thing is like, to me, the other way, it looks like a leech. It comes up kind of like in a leech manner or stuff to me. I'm like, yeah, you can see potential in me doing this, that, and the third. And I guess like, all right, if I win, we're all going to win.
Right.
But what about you? What are you bringing to the table? Like when we win?
Well, see, now, if you win and we all win, right? Where I would consider me being a leech now is if I look at you winning and I don't turn around to myself and say, now, okay, it's my turn. How do I compliment my boy winning? If I'm not gonna do anything at all at that point, then 100% for sure I'm a leech. Okay. But if I kicked you and I got you started, and I seen that you took whatever strength that I did, and you got it going, right? And then now you've made something of yourself, and I'm still sitting down here in this position. Well, I'm gonna really need to kick myself now, give myself that kick, and say, hey, yo, you got to go forward now and make something of yourself, and not just sit around. And who knows at that point? We always laugh how some of these guys, they'll get like, they'll get the huge contracts, this, that, and the third, and they'll take their friends and put them in certain spots. And sometimes they'll put their friends in the wrong spots, correct, right? And it may not work out as well as it would work out if you had put like somebody who's known what they want to do from the get-go, know what their potential is, reach that peak, and now they're a shining star in that position, right? But then who's to say that your friend who had no path at all in life but was pushing you, right? Seen the potential in you, got you to where you got to go. Now you turn around and say, listen, man, this may not be you, right? But I think you have the characteristics, or I think you have the potential to do this role. I need somebody to play this role, right? So to reach that point, right, where your boy makes it, let's say to the NBA, right? And he says to himself, I got a position of, let's say, sports management, right? Ricky knew that you were going to make it to the NBA all along, right? Y'all boys. And you didn't know whatever Ricky was going to do, but yeah, man, y'all kicked. You know, at some point, Ricky was going to have to get himself serious anyway. Now, you have a position of sports manager where the top 5 is in your reach, right? They've already approached you. They've seen how big your potential is, so they're going to come out the woodworks. They want to represent you, right? Now you say to yourself, they're in the top 5 because they seen their potential early. They knew what it is and they went after it, right? But you see similar qualities in Ricky. And maybe it's something that Ricky's never seen in himself before. And that's just going back to what I was saying earlier. Sometimes it's hard to know what your full potential is if you don't know what you're potentially good at or what you're capable of. So you say to Ricky, you ever think about being a sports manager? And And Ricky might be like, no. What do you think? And I say, well, I think you can do it because you possess this, that, and the third quality. You might have to work on this, that, and the third. And you might have to go to school to just sharpen it up a bit.
Okay.
But I believe that you can do it, right? And Ricky's saying to himself, well, you know what? I do kind of like numbers. This, that, and the third. I can see why you may see that in me and say, shit, I ain't got nothing to lose. I got everything to gain. That might be the kick, right? Your boy needs you. You don't have to feel like you're just a tag along or a leech. Here you are now. You're put in a position where you can actually do something beneficial for your boy.
Okay.
So then that might be the motivation that you get. That might be the drive that you need, right? He sees that potential that you can do that job. And then you might go out and do that job and find out, shit, this is what I meant to be doing all along. And you become successful at it.
And what if you're in the ladder and stuff where you're not? Because some people, let's say, I can tell you go to school to be a nurse.
Right.
And then you'd be like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'm just chilling here wasting myself. And then you go and you're like, this shit ain't for me.
Well, then that shit ain't for you.
And then that's what I'm saying.
You gotta figure out something else after that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm the friend.
Right.
Can't keep shooting out ideas to you.
Right.
You have to look at it stuff to pull out the potential within yourself.
Yeah, but you know what? If I shout out the idea to you and you,
I'm not saying that's wrong, but I'm saying the stuff. What I'm saying is stuff that you don't need. I feel like people shouldn't need people to pull out, like, I want to say, inspiration out of them. You have to pull that within yourself. You have to go through life. Let's say if you work I look at Albert Einstein used to work in a patent office.
Right.
He worked in a patent office and he came with some thoughts and stuff like it could have been far-fetched at the time because he was a nuclear physicist, but then eventually it came to him while he was at that patent office. That's why we know the story about the patent office.
Right.
Right? And that's what I'm saying. He took whatever he saw and saw the potential in something else and went forward with it. People can't see the potential within themselves and help themselves.
Yeah, but do you think it's... Okay, let's put it this way, right? It's an ability. I'm going to say it's an ability then. I don't think it's an ability that everybody has.
To what?
To see a potential in themselves.
How do you think you acquired that ability then?
Well, then that's maybe something that you have to work on. Maybe something that somebody inspires you to get that ability. But I don't think everybody has that innate ability to believe that this is what I'm good at, or this is the sort of area that I'm good at, and then I can go full-fledged and attack it. I think it may come to somebody early in life. It may come to somebody like later in life, right? But I don't think everybody has that innate ability to be an Albert Einstein and actually know, like, this is my potential. This is what I'm potentially good at. And I'm going to attack it like full force.
I feel like experiences will put you that. So I feel like it's an ability. I can see where you're going with the ability.
Yeah.
But I feel like you can have this ability or to get these experiences to kind of put you in a notion to say like, yo, this is my thing. Like I know a few people's stories where they grew up in foster care.
Right.
And one was treated a type of way, like they both weren't like molested, but like one was treated more better than another, like in their foster home.
Yeah.
Like their parents looked at them like they all came from the same place. And the other one, like if certain words are torn and stuff, whatever, you probably got that from your biological parents or some shit like that. But they both came up and they both used that thing as said, you know, I went through a life like this, and I will hope that other kids that come up in the system come up with something a little bit better.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So it's kind of in the course of them living life, experiencing life, getting these experiences, they found their sense of belonging, their purpose.
They found their ability. Right.
If somebody helps you get there and stuff, amen, bless.
Right.
That's a bonus.
Right.
What if nobody helps you? Then what?
Well, then
are we holding ourselves accountable for that?
You're going to have to develop the ability. You're going to have to develop the ability.
What do you recommend for them to develop the ability?
Self-help, I don't know, training, whatever that you need, whatever that you feel that is lacking. And that's something that you have to figure out, because it's not going to be the same thing for everybody, right? It's going to be, I may be shy at public speaking. So I might need to work on my public speaking, right?
Facts.
Somebody, it might be, they're very good at speaking, They just can't memorize shit. So now they got to work on being able to memorize lines or stuff like that. So they can
Keywords
right. So they can be a more effective public speaker, right? But it's at that point, I guess, it's going to be discovering your shortcomings
when you're going through it.
While you're going through it and working on it at those shortcomings.
Like for myself, going out the course of years, because this is not a walk-on podcast.
Right.
I feel my speech, the words I use, my wordplay has gotten better throughout the course of the years of doing this. My shortcomings is still saying the word like. I hear it and I catch it.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when I catch it, I try to find ways or slow down on my speech. Could be like, why am I keep like? Maybe if I slow down and speak. Again, it's an ability I have to see within myself, my shortcomings for myself. No one's telling me.
Right.
People could tell me and it might help me a little bit.
Right.
But I still look at it where I have to find within myself what are my shortcomings. This is me, myself.
But see, but sometimes we look at things that might be shortcomings to us.
Mm-hmm. And it might not be shortcoming.
And it might not be a shortcoming, right?
Well, we live in a world now, especially where I'll say this. Not too many millennials. I'm not too sure about Gen Z. I'm not generalizing. I'm just saying. I don't believe, this is my opinion, I don't believe they even know what Toastmasters are.
No, they probably don't.
Right. But I feel like an older demographic or older generation would know what Toastmasters are.
Right.
Meaning, in this time that we're living in, the ways of like a Toastmaster or people properly speaking or articulating themselves in speech well is not needed in a specific demographic. So
no.
You can get a podcast. Well, I want to say, hopefully not from us, but somebody else can get a podcast and be like, I mean, oh my gosh, like.com. You're gonna get that.
Right.
And to other people, they'll listen to it and be like, oh my gosh, she said so much. Her words are inspirational. It changed my life. Motherfucker said like 90 likes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to a Toastmaster or to somebody from an older generation, this is too much like for me.
and that's what I'm saying, right? It's
quality has gone down.
Quality has gone down, and again, because we're from that school, we'll see that as a shortcoming. But it's just like you're saying, like that audience who is not that from that school.
You gotta know your audience.
They'll be like, who cares? He's so, I don't know. And then they catch on because they think, yo, that's a personality trait now, right? So it's like, it might be something that they admire from you, right? Like, listen, I can tell you since the past 2 weeks, what we're not gonna do has been my keyword. And I get that shit from
you. I got a bossy problem.
You know what I'm saying? But I say, it works. I like it. And you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. It's like, sometimes we may look at these things and might think of these things as that might be, it might be a shortcoming. It might be something that we feel like we need to fix. It might not necessarily be true, but recognizing that, okay, if
you could go from good to great, recognizing.
Yeah, recognizing. You could
That's the evolutionary moment.
Yeah. You could go from good to great, right? And at some point, you have to allow yourself to see the potential in yourself, even if it's somebody else seeing the potential in you first.
Facts.
Right? Even if it takes someone else to point out, listen to what they're saying. You know, because it's just, I'm saying, you're inside, you may not be able to see it from the inside, but this person's from the outside looking in. Right? So now taking what they're saying, and if it seems sound enough to you, then explore that possibility.
And it kind of goes along the lines to me as parenting.
Right.
I feel like a lot of children don't really have too much direction. They just, especially when they're like, let's say under double digits.
Yeah.
Eat, poop, and play. That's what their world is.
Right.
So when the parents are now interjecting sports or ballet or certain activities, when they're and you know, like, hey, you should try this, or you should try that. Parents might see some shit before.
Right.
Right? And the kid is up to the kid. So you can throw the kid into like karate, and the kid's like, what we're not gonna do is that, or this is not my thing.
Yeah.
And again, you see the potential in your child, but the child's like, this is not for them. Whether if you give certain kids a basketball, they see themselves being the next LeBron James, not Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Might piss a few people off, but oh the hell well. This is why we are here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At least you're giving them the option. You can lead the horse to water, but you can't force the horse to drink.
You can't. You can't.
And I just look at it as that the horse has to now look and like, fuck, I'm parched, or I could be in a better position, or I could at least give this a try, or try and invest. But a lot of people are like, no, it's so much easier to be like, you got greatness. And then when you capitalize on that greatness, send that money back this way, because I told you so.
Yeah, nah. What we're not gonna do.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, man. Let's get to the question of the week.
Question of the week.
Question of the week. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I've been trialing out this damn question and motherfuckers been getting angry. So I said, let me put it out to you first, and then the world can absorb it after that. And I guess people will come after me.
Okay.
Question of the week. Who's your favorite parent? Now, I know your parents, rest their soul, they're gone.
Yeah.
But don't give me no offense to this shit. You had a better love for one, or you liked one more than another.
No.
Who was that?
No.
You're talking shit.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Because it's funny because, and I get where the question is coming from, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's always going to be a situation where someone outshines the other in some aspect of shape and form, right?
Okay.
But I think with both my parents being so involved in my life, I think it would be like at different times, right? So if like I need like
but
lessons,
you still have the score, or you still have the tail of the tape. So let's say at maybe 3 to 4, your mom used to be able to always kiss your boo-boos and your wounds.
Right.
I'm talking like you kiss your wounds.
Yeah, right.
Right? She'll lick your wounds for you. And then at like age 15, your father might give you a way where you don't have to establish or get any more new wounds.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And it'll be like, kissing wounds compared to not getting wounds at all. He might win on the tail of the tape for that aspect.
Yeah.
Right? It's still not saying that they both didn't find their own way.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. There's still more weight on one side pertaining to particular things. So you have to look at stuff as where if you're adding, like we're doing points, like a point system and stuff. Who taught you how to be, I want to say, who taught you to be the man you are today? Yeah. And you will say, well, I give both of them a point. Right. I'm like, but can you really truly? So you say, all right, we'll switch up then. Leave that one alone. You give them one chance to get them a point apiece. Right. Let's say you got 10 things. You can't give them 10 points apiece.
No, you can't give them 10 points each.
Who taught you better to how, I want to say, seal the deal with a woman? Right. Your mom could have showed you a woman likes this. She likes the Ray Charles grip. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or your pops could be like, you got to make sure you give it a Ray Charles grip. Like, who knows? But then you have to say, whatever my father told me, more points on my father's side pertain to like this.
So I think that's probably why
people are afraid because not
that they're afraid, right?
Right.
But it's just what you're saying, right? Like if I'm now going to go through my entire lifetime that my parents were alive, right? Mm-hmm. And then go through go through the point system. It's probably something I wouldn't be able to come up with right away to say, okay, this point system outweighs this point system a little bit more. And there's going to be times where you say, okay, yeah, all right, this one mom did this. Yeah, she get a point for that. Oh yeah, but that. Then you start remembering, but dad did this. You start checking out points here.
But you have to look at it of even certain things. Like I feel like I've never learned how to fight from neither one of my parents.
Right.
but I've learned how to fight for my cousins and I want to say my sisters.
Yeah.
Right? So if it comes down to it, neither one of the parents get points.
Right.
And and a lot of times, a lot of people, they're not really raised by their parents.
No.
Right? Their grandparents could have raised them. Their sister could have raised them. I have a friend, legit, they're from the Philippines. And when they came over here with like an aunt, uncle. And I think either the aunt or the uncle, something happened to them when they passed in the process of them getting their papers.
Okay.
Right? So it's kind of like the system wanted to kind of encapture them, but the sister was older.
Right.
So she turned legal age. Okay. Right. She turned legal age, let's say relative passed today, sister changed legal age and stuff like within 60 days of that time frame.
Right.
So she ended up being responsible for a kid.
Right.
Right. For my friend.
Yeah.
Their parents are in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I think eventually throughout the course of years, I think the father passed. So the mom ended up coming and stuff years and years later. Like the mom actually came like before COVID.
Okay.
But legit, it was his sister and himself.
And himself, yeah.
Who's your better parent? Who's the favorite parent?
This is gonna be his sister.
It better be his sister. And to this day, he'll say it's his sister.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, my mom probably like we spoke to my mom periodically when I was there. But like my sister be like, look, we're in Canada, okay? This is just us. I don't got too much and everything, but when you get, and when he got to middle school, that's when the sister ended up going to like college.
Okay.
So once he was able, like once she was like, okay, well, I don't need a fucking sitter for you and stuff no more. You can kind of just come in, shut the fuck up. Sister made something out of herself and eventually helped push him when it came to the time.
You're right.
And push him to, be who he is and stuff to this day.
Yeah.
And he came away. They came away.
That's dope.
And I look at it, automatic, he'll tell you his favorite parent is his sister. He's like, I love my mom to death.
Yeah.
I speak to him because his mom is here and I think his mom actually lives with him and his fiance.
Right.
Like, I love my mom to death, but my sister's my favorite parent. And my mom has to acknowledge that.
Yeah. No, and just that bond, right? Like over the years, just them being them two. The bond is definitely there. So, and that's
I get what you're saying. What you're saying, like you were raised by both parents.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right? And I'm a child of a single parent household. Yeah. So I was raised by my mom.
Right.
So my mom and stuff kind of gets more of the win.
Right.
Right. I want to say my father was like interjected in between so much of my childhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
But everything else stuff was more adulthood.
Right.
For my father, not for my mom. Like my childhood years, I want to say they kind of mold some things, and she was there for that duration.
Yeah.
So I want to say some boxes she would have him outbeat regardless.
Right.
And then there's other boxes and stuff where I think one of the dopest lessons my father ever said to me where my mom could never ever trump it and she can actually back it up was my father said, the way to a woman's heart is through her stomach. The way to a man's heart is through his penis.
Right.
And I was like, that's facts. And my mom said, she said, your father can cook his fucking ass off. I'm like, sold. Exactly. Case in point.
Yeah.
So I look at it, I was like, yeah, he has her beat on that scale. Like, I want to say words of the wise, or like say how to keep a woman and everything. It's a tailored mixture. Like my mom will say to some things where I remember she said to me, she's like, you want to make sure you buy women flowers.
Right.
Women love flowers. That was a generalization she made. Mm-hmm. Women like other shit. They like I gave a woman some flowers. She looked at me like, oh. I gave her a pack of bacon or some shit like that. Her eyes lit up like fucking 4th of July. Right? And I was like, this is so stupid. But my mom, like, women like flowers. Yeah. So a lot of times, like the women that I'm courting, I always try to make sure I present flowers. Right. I learned that lesson from my mom. Mm-hmm. Now the ones that give me like the, I don't know about flowers and everything. My mom didn't win on that one.
Can you give flowers nowadays? Is
flowers safe?
Is flowers safe to give nowadays?
You know what? I don't know, because we're sensitive people. Motherfuckers got allergies out the yin.
She's trying to kill me.
Can you imagine? Like, excuse me, lovely lady. Here's a rose. I'm allergic. And then like it's all you're an attempted murder now.
All downhill from there.
Yeah. What we're not gonna do is that. So, okay. See, and that's where the little controversy for the parent thing kind of came up. Because people had to now look at their parents and say like, all right. Yeah. Like, I love you. I love him. Like, I love mom. I love dad. However,
However,
when it came down to it, dad was that rider.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes you have those mama's boy, the daddy's little princess situation.
Yes.
And both parents are still established in the photo. It's just that, like your sister, like to this day, she'll say her son, Ja, is number one. It's top tier. He's my baby boy. She has 2 other daughters.
Yeah.
But I feel like her bond is a lot stronger with, I want to say, her middle daughter, her middle child.
Right.
I feel like her and Ro, they like that.
Yeah.
They're so much like each other, but she's like, no, it's my baby boy. Baby boy. And then when I asked him, I was like, hey, so who's your favorite parent? He's like, no one loves me. I was like, clearly you're not going to pick a parent. Clearly you're not going to pick a fucking parent. So let's move the fuck on and call it a day. All right, man. Let's get to the Ask the Sons. Let's wrap this thing up.
Ask the Sons.
First Ask the Sons comes from Black Moon. What was your final F this moment with a boss? I almost threw hands at a manager before. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was like, I didn't like how he was raising up. Like he was like, he said something. I'm like, man, miss me with that, right? So I walked away.
Yeah.
And then somebody's like, they came around the corner like, yo, what happened? I heard you and him going at it, right? I was like, yo, this dude got a problem. The man said, if you have something to say it to my face. I saw red. I took some paces and killed some steps, and the man like backed up, and he backed up and kind of like, I was like, oh, we about to work. And then somebody's like, yo, what is wrong with you? And I was like, all right, fuck it. I saw a red.
You saw red?
I saw a red, but that was my final F this morning. And I think because for me, there's a difference between a boss and a leader.
Yes.
A boss says, do this. A leader says, let's do this.
Yes.
Right? But I don't like when you have these boss type people trying to act like they're in leadership role, like we're doing shit together. No, I'm doing the motherfucking work. You're reaping the benefits.
Yeah.
So that's how that moment came up. How about you?
Yeah, I almost got hands to at work too. With a supervisor. We're doing something, and I was in the so this is when I was working at Chrysler on the auto line.
Mm.
The job that I was doing, I didn't necessarily have to stay in my station. Mm-hmm. So what we used to do is whoever's on the job, we used to work ahead, give ourselves time to just, before lunch, we could just shoot down to the cafeteria, grab a coffee real quick and come back, right? Okay. Certain people, when they did that job, other people didn't like them. So whenever they were on that job, other people complained, oh, this person's in my way, this, that, and the third, and so forth like that, right? I was cool with everybody, so it was never an issue with me, right? Just the one supervisor, though. I don't know if he was having a bad day or whatever, this, that, and the third. But, so I had my stickers sitting on the table. And I was just waiting for my cars to come by. And I was actually talking to the dudes that were on the job. Mm-hmm. And he came by. The stickers that were on the table, he picked up, threw on the floor, right? And I was looking at him, I was like, yo, what's your problem? He goes, the next time, I'm going to throw them in the garbage. Throw it in the garbage. He goes, I'll pick you up and throw you in the garbage. I said, what the fuck? And I don't know if they were not used to loud Jamaicans, but I turned into a very, very, very loud Jamaican at that point where
everybody paused.
I was like, pick up and throw who? Where? I said, you must not know who the fuck you're talking to. Because we can go toe to toe right now. And I think somebody seen what was going on and then called that was a team leader who said it. They called the supervisor for the area. The supervisor came over like real quick because they seen like I was about to lose it because that was mad disrespectful. You don't know me. So he says, you don't got no children in this building. Don't come talk to me that way.
Facts.
So then supervisor, like, she came over, she calmed me down. She goes, no, she goes, you're absolutely right. He has no business talking. You want to take it up with human resources? I said, no, it's okay. It's fine. Just let him know. Next time he speaks to me like that, it's not going to be a human resources type of thing. And it might be a human resources thing, but we both leave in the building
it's
after
a human problem.
Yeah, we both leave the building after that.
Okay. Next question comes from Makanda. How do you work 40 hours a week without dying? I guess that's explaining to me because you don't work 40 hours a week.
That's you. How do you work 40 hours a week without dying?
I think you just got to make sure balance.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say balance, you got to look at it where you work hard, you play hard.
Right.
And I think a lot of people don't really create like a space to say like, all right, you did all this output of energy. What are you doing to kind of give back and bring back to yourself? The other thing I remember, I think I heard Jadakiss say, I want to get the best of you. I want to get what's left of you. And I think a lot of times people give the job the best of them. And then when it comes to them being finished work, they don't have nothing left.
They don't have nothing left.
Like I seen somebody, I think with a post and they're saying, we're over the age of 40. We're over the age of 40. And since you're over the age of 40 now, you don't have time to go out and go to work and go out.
And go out, right.
And I was like, wait, what? They're like, yeah, I only have energy for one. But I was like, that's your problem. And that's why I feel like you got to create the balance.
Yeah.
You bust your ass at work today. You deserve, like, I feel like if you ain't do shit at work, right? And then now you want to go home and probably like, I don't know, have a cocaine plethora, like, I don't know, drugs, LSD, whatever the fuck, go nuts.
Yeah.
Did you really do that much to be doing all of that much? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe you didn't do that much, so you had the energy to do all of that.
Possibly. But that's what I'm saying, like balance. That's why I said the balance. You gotta establish some kind of balance. Like if your job is soul sucking or you feel it's soul sucking, do something when you're not working to kind of bring essence back to your soul.
Yeah.
That's what I do. So that's why I'm able to survive without thinking about committing suicide.
And I think once you put yourself in that frame of mind too, like that, like it's exactly what you're saying. Like this is a constant. Like the 40 hours a week, that's a requirement of my job. That's nothing's gonna change that.
Correct.
So I'm accepting that fact, right?
Until the government steps in.
Until the government steps in. It just gives you the 4-day week.
Yeah.
I'm accepting that, right? But you're right. Now that I've accepted it, this is how I make my money. This is what's required of me to make my money. How do I offset that? Because you're right, you have to figure out how to offset that. That part is not going to change unless the government comes in with a 4-day week.
Well, because I look at, like, say for example, you work, let's say maybe 3 hours away from your house.
Okay,
right? Shouldn't you either find a residence that might be closer to kill some of your commute?
You should.
Or shouldn't you find a job that might be closer for you? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to find this balance now. Be like, okay, yeah, this is my dream job.
Right.
Okay, everything in the city proximity might be expensive. Why not live out on the outskirts where your commute is a little bit shorter,
right? And
it's within your price range that you can take. Like, you have to find a balance.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are just like, oh, I gotta work. This sucks. I'm almost about to die. Like, no, it ain't that bad. You have to find what makes you smile, what makes you tick.
Yeah, and I'll say one thing: unless it's career-wise, I don't think anybody should work for the same company for more than 5 years.
I can agree to that.
Yeah,
I have a friend, he hopscotches from job to job.
Yeah,
quite often, but I see that in his case, it is career.
Okay,
it is career, but I think his thing was that if he's happy, he'll stay.
Right.
When
Right.
he's not happy,
He'll move on.
then he'll feel the need and stuff to move on.
That's a good way to.
And again, it's still like that's his form of balance.
Yeah,
He's like,
that's a
I'll
good
put
way
up
to
with
do
this shit, but I'm still happy.
Yeah, that's a good.
When
way
I
to do it.
realize I'm not happy anymore, then he said he's trying to achieve his happiness. He'll say, well, I feel like I'm being overwhelmed, or I feel like, I don't think I'm being compensated for a certain amount of things.
All right.
And if it's up to the employer then to kind of make the moves, he said a lot of times they feel like he's calling their bluff because he's, like I said, he changed job to job in his career. And I think to the last time when they realized, like, oh shit, they got his 2 weeks notice. They're like, oh, we'll give you this much vacation time if you stay. He was like, we'll give you the perks are finally coming out when they see. But he's like, nah, I already got something else. Like, I came to you when I was overwhelmed. It's up to you as an employer to look at it stuff. It's like, do I take this serious or I take it lightly? You took it lightly, so now you have to replace with a body.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man, that's it. I think the worst trap that you can ever let yourself fall into is working for a pension.
Working for a pension.
I gotta stay here. 30 odd something years because I want this pension money at the end of the 30 odd something years to sustain myself. And it could be the most miserable 30 years that you've ever spent because you're looking for that pension.
And that motherfucker. Hopefully they don't come miserable. They don't become miserable.
Hopefully.
Last question comes from Dr. Scott. Dr. Scott says, what technique did you learn to control your anger? How do you control your anger?
Walk away. One. Walk away is the biggest one for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How do I control my anger? I don't get angry that often, but I think when I do blow, I just need people to give me 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes. Let me be dolo and stuff by myself for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody fucking with me, talking to me, nothing like that. Just when I get to 10, because I remember like you literally, count to 10. And I was like, no, I need a fucking minute. But now I need like legit 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Because a lot of times, if it's not within, like if it's less than the 10 minutes, I realize that either other people come back to me like, hey, I've been like, oh, this is part 2? Shit, well, say less than, my nigga. Like, yo, but
Let's go.
If I get the 10, for some odd reason, like I think after the 10, I probably done calmed down, probably done seen some shit. Listen, I know what my go-to things are. Like I want to say, that's when I might turn to social media. But I'm looking for like maybe some nonsense. I'm looking for some comedy. Or I'm looking for things to kind of just bounce me back. The things I know might make me happy.
Yeah.
Right? And this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't really need individuals and stuff to tell me you could be go be great. I'm gonna be great regardless. So I'm gonna realize like I'm angry. I need to find something to kind of bring me back from being angry. And that's my immediate thing. Like, I tell myself to calm down. I try not to tell people calm down because they don't do shit.
Yeah.
It just angers them more.
And that's why I said that I walk away. Let's walk away from it. So I can walk.
Some things are easy. They're not that easy to walk away from.
I can pull myself out of that situation, and it's just like once I pull myself out of that situation, then I can start that 10-minute process. It might not take 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It might take longer than 10 minutes. But if I don't pull myself out of that situation, it may never start.
Fair. That's fair. All right. That is it.
Is it?
This is it.
That's it, man.
That's it.
That's it.
Get to the So Say the Sun. So Say the Sons. Are you ready? So Say the Sons this week says, be aware of everything, but you don't have to acknowledge everything.
So Say the Sons.
I feel like a lot of people, they're out here trying to be in the knowing of everything.
Right.
Like, I want to say it's kind of self-explanatory, but it's not, because you get lost in the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like, focus is the key. You're well aware I want to say, awareness is kind of helps for more the defense aspect for me.
Right.
So you're in the knowing. So if the news says like, hey, poison gas outside, please stay home. You'd be like, you're going out there, you notice things for your awareness, like for yourself.
Right.
But if they're talking about, did you know different towns and bumfuck wherever the hell had poison gas leak, or this place has a poison gas leak, and these places are nowhere near your shit. It's good to look for the knowledge, but you don't have to know everything and stuff about it, because one place might be one kind of chemical, another place might be another kind of chemical.
Right.
And if you even Google it, like, if that chemical even comes to your town, there might be like a 9 out of 10, it might be a no. It might be, oh, this thing get transported only to this specific place,
right,
you know? Some East Palestine type of stuff.
And then you realize the chemical's never been banned in your country anyway, and you've been having it in your cereal for like weeks.
Yeah. I heard the wildest thing is, they said it used to be the red dye. No, yellow. Yeah, it used to be yellow 5.
Yeah.
Was the wildest thing, but now like damn it, everything has like red, like one of the red dyes and stuff in your food.
Right, yeah.
And I was looking, I was like, damn, a lot of foods got the little red look to it.
Okay.
Too. We are all going to die down here.
We're all of it.
Yeah. So that's it, man.
That's it.
We are here. We are done. Like, comment, subscribe to all the above. We appreciate you guys. Hit the thing. Or if you see us on YouTube, keep these faces and stuff in your mind.
Shout out to those who got us to 1,000.
Yes, appreciate the YouTube stacks and growing and counting. It's because the out of pocket shit he says, and we are here.
I mean, I didn't take a swing out of Madonna last week, so
Madonna, I love you. I love you, Madonna.
We just love Cher a little bit more.
I'm blunt. That's how God rolled me. Like, I just see a spade. It is what it is.
And I mean,
please don't sue me.
There's some sort of jigsaw appearance there happening. That's what I'm saying.
Please don't sue me, Madonna.
I get it.
Thank you.
We love you.
Once again, thank you for listening to Podical Sons. The difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love, y'all. Peace.
The Podical Sons was not your average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.